I'm so sorry.
Podcast will start in 3, 2, 1.
You guys are rolling.
Welcome to the Unqualified Professionals.
All right, so we got you guys here finally. Private Instigators, band, local band, Chicago band. So, what is all your guys' position? What's your names and everything like that?
Okay, I'll start.
Yeah.
My name is Dominic. I am the guitarist. You could say a publicist. I fix his car with a rock. I write quite a few of the songs.
Yeah, he threw a rock in my car and it worked.
I put a rock in his Honda and that fixed it. I write quite a few of the songs. I don't sing them. Ian is currently singing. Ian's written songs. He's a great songwriter. And essentially I started this a couple of years ago, and at this point I'm the only one left. But it's continuing on. We've done some big things, and we are going to continue to do bigger things. And that's where I stand right now. And we have a new album that's going to be coming out, and it's going to be a very busy year.
Oh yeah. So what's your guys'? Obviously, you just said you're the lead singer, Ian.
Yes.
And then
I'm Nick. I'm the bassist.
Right on.
Tommy, I play drums and I do backup vocals.
All right. So, writing songs and everything like that. How do you guys go? How do you go into the mindset of like writing a song?
Most of what we do is it really comes from Dominic.
I ask every band or every musician that's on here. I want to know, like, how do you get into your mode where you're writing a song? Is it feeling, or do you guys play first and get a rhythm down and?
All right. Well, I'll tell you how I do it, because sometimes I will have something ready for everybody, and other times they'll show me how to play what they've written. So if I'm gonna put something together and show it to them, it's spontaneous. That's the bottom line. And I'm always sleep deprived when it happens. I'm usually very upset when it happens, and that's how it works. It's almost like when you're I guess if you're on medication, or if you're intoxicated or something, you feel a certain way and certain emotions get going or something. I have to be sleep deprived to actually write anything worth sharing to anybody. Because if I'm not, I don't know if it's I don't have the confidence, or maybe when I'm sleep deprived and upset, I just kind of care less. I'm like, here's how it's going to go. And other times I'll be and I don't have to necessarily be upset, but there'll be times where I'll be almost asleep, and Bonneville, my lady over here, will see I'll be almost asleep, listening to Dr. Grande on YouTube, and I have to get up. I got near a guitar. I don't care if I can't find my underwear right now. I got to get near a guitar. I got a pen and paper. I got to write this stuff down.
Naked.
And
naked.
You like that? That was a good one.
I just drink a whole bunch of bourbon and it keeps on working.
I did write a song naked before. I wrote Ghosted naked.
Okay.
Actually, she can back me up on this. She saw my little hairy butt walk out the door. It just comes out like that, and I can't explain why, but I can't. It's not like working on anything. You can't just go, I'm going to write a song or whatever. Yeah. It's it just happens. Just like when you meet someone cool, oh, here's a cool person, here's an awesome friend, that I want, around for the rest of my life, or something like that.
Right.
It's spontaneous.
Yeah,
that's
how to be drunk or naked.
Yeah, that's the whole. That is the
honestly,
moral
a lot of artists
story.
A lot of artists are drunk or on the influence of some sort of drugs when they are writing songs, or in your case, sleep deprived.
Yeah,
but
I think the real moral of the story is just whatever works for you, man.
Yeah,
you gotta.
And you write. So do you have? Obviously, do you have a different approach than just being sleep deprived?
I'm a little bit different. I'm half joking when I talk about just drinking a whole lot of bourbon and doing it. Emily and I, we spitball a lot of ideas together. She's very good at the catchy, witty one-liners and stuff, and I'm better at structuring the song itself. So we tag team that, and sometimes it's just me, sometimes it's just her, and we you know, I always joke around and say that, you know, my real best approach is just kind of like leave me in a dark room all alone, secluded from society for like 3 days, and I will come out with the best thing you've ever heard. So
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that say that. There's like they get the focus like of that like sensory deprivation.
yeah,
You know, what I
that's
mean?
exactly
like,
what it is.
That's what it is, because you
Yeah.
find yourself in a dark room and it's just you, and you're deprived of a lot of your senses, and it puts you in a different mind frame. So how did you guys all get together with the band? You know, because I know, I don't know if you guys are all the originals, you know, obviously, but how did you guys all end up finding each other and making this work so far?
It was an orgy.
I didn't get the
There it is. And the podcast. And the
Let's do
podcast.
it.
I just did the cleanup for that.
The best part about the orgy is that everybody comes.
Yeah.
Anyways, no.
Yeah, but seriously, how did you guys get together? It wasn't
If I can jump on this one,
Yeah.
so Dominic has actually had Private Instigators since when? 2015, 16?
going on what, like
Yeah,
7 or 8 years
something
now,
like
right?
that.
Yeah.
7 or 8 years.
Yeah, and like I've actually been dying to be part of this project
Okay.
for a number of years now. So he reached out to me when a previous vocalist, I forget the whole story to be honest, a previous vocalist moved out of state and they needed somebody new, and the entire lineup was like different from anything that I'd seen before, and so I went to go try out with them and audition and see what happens and stuff. I met Nick and Tommy, and I was just like, holy hell, man, like, you guys are crazy good at what you do. Nick, absolute madman on bass, did it with Tommy and drums. Like,
And then there's the other guy.
He just left him out in the cold.
and then there's this asshole.
Yeah, there's these 2 great musicians in the room, but there's 3. Yeah, I said 2 great ones.
Including the one that started it.
Yeah, he give you your flowers at the beginning of
No,
it.
I know I'm terrible.
See, notice how I cauterized that wound. So, yeah. Anyways, here we are, and we just produced a kick-ass album, and we're just really excited to see where it goes.
How about you? How'd you?
So I yeah.
just
So
walk-
their
you threw a rock
past
guitar?
drummer and singer actually saw me on Snapchat playing guitar and singing. And he's like, "Oh, he still sings and plays." He's like, "Do you still play drums?" I'm like, "Yeah, I haven't touched them in a while, but like, yeah, I still do." And he's like, "Come audition for this band I'm in called Private Instigators." I'm like, "Okay, sure." And I literally haven't touched the drum set in like 5-6 years.
Oh, wow.
And then I'm like, okay,
And
yeah.
the first time you picked
Yeah.
it back up was at the audition?
yeah.
I
Holy
didn't,
shit.
I didn't know that.
I mean,
you didn't do any prep?
I
or
mean,
nothing?
I
You just-
played.
You absolute madman.
I literally, I didn't play a lot for a long time. But yeah, he's like, "Come play with us." We actually play like Blink-182. We play the rock show. I'm like, "Oh, I'm in. Fuck yeah!" right away. And then I learned the songs they had on the album, and I don't know. They asked if I wanted to join, and I was like, "Yeah, for sure. I'll be in a band again."
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and I had my first show playing in front of people at the Forge in Joliet with them, and that was definitely an experience. I was definitely nervous as shit, but it's cool. I'm glad to be playing music again, and thank you for having me in here.
How about you?
I've been friends with Tommy for a long time, and I saw they were looking for a bassist online. Decided to hit him up. I hadn't played bass in like 10 years. We
Same
grew
fucking
up.
shit.
Holy shit. So you just
Yeah.
showed up to the
I'm gonna
audition?
find out you guys are
Yeah,
twins.
I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna try it out. They sent me some recordings of their stuff. Played around with it. They wanted to keep me on. I'm like, hell yeah, let's go. And here we are.
Well, I'd like to say how
Riding a bike.
Yeah.
Just like riding a bike.
I gotta say how I met Ian actually, because we practiced before even Instigators was even an idea, before I even needed someone else.
Yeah.
I remember this was in 2020. It was at Players Guitars, and his guitarist and his other band asked me to jam one day at this music store, and it was really actually quite fun. I'll never forget it. It was great. And so we're playing these covers. The only one I really remember was 99 Red Balloons. And there was like some newer Green Day, which I'm not fond of, but I can play it. Regardless, I knew Ian was a great vocalist, and I liked, and still do, like him as a person. So that to me is the most important thing, is the chemistry. And I felt like the chemistry was there. And so we were just jamming, and then I don't know what happened after that. Things got kind of cloudy, but me and him kind of like kept in touch a little bit. And regardless if I was playing with Marty or if he was playing with us, I knew I wanted Ian to be in my life. And
Aww.
Damn.
Damn.
That hit the feels, man.
Yeah, dude.
and you know,
Wholesome.
and I don't know. I mean, Ian hasn't like told me too much about his past. It's not my business, but I feel like that
It's dark.
Well,
He's still a little bitch. He's been a little bitch. He's going to continue being a little bitch.
I feel as though we've had similar backgrounds, and when you do kind of with anybody, you know, your neighborhood, your friends or whatever, even if it's unfortunately trauma bonding, I felt like it was there, and I don't get that too often with anybody. And if there's talent, also, it makes everything so much better. And it's like, where am I going to find someone else like Ian? Where am I going to find? I mean, I don't know. That's so important to me.
That's tricky. Like that. Yeah, I just want to add on to that. Like, that is like super tricky. Like, I always thought that, like, you know, good band members are like hard, like easy to come by. I mean, and like just lately, it's just kind of like
They're not.
Yeah, they're extremely not. Just everybody wants to blow up and be a big rock star and stuff, but like it's hard to find somebody who really wants to put in the work and, you know, learn how to master their craft stuff.
Right.
And,
So as far as like
Dominic.
That's right.
yeah, he's wicked on the guitar, dude.
He's
But-
awesome.
Yeah, he's pretty fucking cool.
He's a down picker with a hard R. Sorry, that's an inside joke.
I love it. Sense of humor is important.
So you're singing the vocals on the newest single, right? That
Yes.
Night Rider. That was really good. I listened to that on the way here quite a few times.
Oh, that's such a fun song. Dominic's the one that holds the torch and wrote that one. Like, I think he really popped off with that.
Yeah, I feel like the immediate vibe you get off of the music as far as Private Instigators goes is like you immediately do get an older vibe,
Yes,
right?
I
Am I
love
right? Or
that.
like an older rock and roll vibe, right?
That's what drew me in.
Yeah. So it's definitely different than anything out right now, and I think it's just the audience and the exposure, and I think it would be good if once that happens and starts rolling, there's nothing but up from here for sure.
Oh yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's like that's that goes two ways because
Yeah.
I mean you're
No, it does go two ways because there is like I'm just eclectic. If I like music and I think it's good to listen to, I'll just listen to it. It doesn't matter if it's from country to rap to techno to rock and roll to metal. I've been to a metal show. I've been to a rap concert. I've been to
awesome.
a Post Malone. I've been to I've been to everything in between. So I've seen Lil Wayne. I've seen all these people, but as long as it sounds good, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? If it sounds good, I'm gonna listen. And when I heard Night Rider, I was like, okay, that's really fucking good. But just like I texted the producer at the end, I was like, yo, this immediately off the rip, I was like, it has that old vibe. Like it does sound like a soundtrack you would hear in Sandlot or, like an older movie. An older movie. I'm not squandering the music. I'm saying the era.
Sandlot. That came out about the time of the pyramids, right?
But no, dude, that's my favorite movie ever, dude.
I love that movie.
Yeah, I love that movie. I could say word for word the entire movie from opening credits to ending credits. But just the vibe, the era. It sounds like an older rock and roll, and it sounds good. It sounds really good.
Thanks, Nico. Actually, I really like that movie a lot. Sidetrack for a sec. I actually had, you're going to find this odd, but I'll tell you, since you like the movie so much, I had signature shoes from that movie. I
have the PF Flyers, too.
Were those the ones?
I have the PF Flyers that make you run faster and jump higher.
Yeah. You can
I'm a fat guy. I need to be agile.
Were those the ones that Stanley Yelnat sold? I'm fucking around. I'm going to stop that bit before I get too far.
The last time I saw that movie, I was predicting, like, I was looking at the cars, looking at the music, I was like, I bet this year is 1962. And then later, towards the end where the dog jumps over the cake, then it says, like, it's a wedding. It's a wedding or it's a celebration and it says 62. I'm like, I have no life if I figured out what year this movie was.
Well, you pride yourself on just, like, wanting to be in that era anyways.
Yeah, it's unfortunate to wake up every day.
Right on.
All right.
So, obviously, you can tell where you draw your musical inspiration. You've said it on a past podcast, too. How did you guys, like, where did you get your, like, musical inspiration? Like, what's the bands you guys like? Not everybody, I'm not saying you guys are biting off of any other style. I'm just saying, everyone looks up to somebody. Everyone has hero in music. So what's some of your guys' like influencers,
Pornography.
Yeah. Right on.
Some good bangers in the background.
They always got that Fire TV show playing in the background.
But seriously. But it's a serious question. Not half serious.
Yeah. Hey, we grew up listening to Blink-182, and those bass lines are just burned into my brain. Mm-hmm. So I try to draw a lot of inspiration from that. Really liked Red Hot Chili Peppers growing up too, so I try to add a little.
That's it.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
I love that. Those.
I just ascended having heard that.
Yeah,
Flea Junior.
Holy shit! You make so much more sense to me right now.
Yeah, no, I'd grow up playing those albums just on repeat, playing bass alongside them. It's like, yeah, that was my thing.
Go ahead, Ian.
Yeah.
Pornography.
Shut up.
No,
I get that.
I started out with like Marilyn Manson, Green Day, and My Chemical Romance. Kind of graduated to just a whole bunch of bands throughout the years, and I'd say my current influences are Butch Walker, Ben Folds, and Closure in Moscow is definitely a huge one. I like the way that they always have something left field that feels like nobody else really thinks of.
It's always going to have something original.
Yeah.
That's what you guys have, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's very original.
Mm-hmm.
No one sounds like Private Instigators. Like, you can't say that. I could definitely say that 100%.
Thanks, buddy.
How about you, man?
Well, obviously, I'm a huge Blink fan. That's
dude,
what really.
Oh,
well, when I first seen you,
is he really?
Awesome fucking shirt. I love that.
Is he really?
Shirt,
so yeah, when I first heard like "Take Off Your Pants and Jacket," I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I want that." I'm gonna start drumming. Travis Barker's a shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, I did start out doing like AC/DC, like doing easier drum shit at first, and then upgraded to like more metal shit. I did Ozzy, I did Motley Crue. I still love all that shit.
Yeah.
But Blink is definitely my huge inspiration. Travis Barker, anything pop punk now. But yeah, I played jazz band in high school. I did every type of music possible. So I don't know. That's just how I am. That's what I like. I don't know.
You're
Drums,
in a jazz band?
I was.
All right.
Did I really enjoy it? No.
Anytime I hear the word jazzy, I just think of Ron Burgundy going to town on the jazz flute, bro.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? He's hopping on the table.
Yeah, but my teacher did not like me in jazz band because I didn't read music. I heard everything by ear. He's like, he got mad at me when I didn't read. I'm like, just play the song. I'll be able to get it.
Yeah.
that's you to this day.
Yeah.
Just play the fucking song.
But yeah.
There's some people who learn better that way. There's different learners as far as it goes with anything, whether it's school or, drums. I mean, not to relate you to Nick Cannon, but that's how he was in drumline. Dude couldn't read music worth the fuck. He watched a dude and he could hear it and listen, I got this. And that's just, it's awesome, dude.
For sure.
And you say you don't even like new Green Day. I love Green Day like all around.
I like some of their new material, but it's not necessarily because it's them. It could be anybody playing that stuff.
You're more of like back in like Dookie and
Yeah, but that's just the
Nimrod
sound
or-
I like.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you my background real fast, which is a bit odd. So, what got me interested in music originally was actually the Rolling Stones, believe it or not. I was listening to Oldies 104.3 and hearing Satisfaction.
Okay.
That was like what wanted me to pick up a guitar. And because I was like, what's that noise? I remember it was on Lakeshore Drive. I remember exactly where it was.
What is that ruckus?
Yeah.
What is that banter?
Lakeshore Drive heading northbound just south of Belmont. I remember exactly where I was when I got interested in music. And one day I was homesick, and my parents had these things called cassettes. And
What?
You made that up.
8
And,
tracks.
and I found this.
That's not real.
I found this cassette, and the label was worn out, but it said Warner Brothers. That's the only thing I knew on it. But I listened to it. I played. I was like, "This is awesome. What is this?" And then I didn't know what it was. And then later on, I found out it was the soundtrack to La Bamba. So I was like, okay, so
Love that movie.
Los Lobos was
Yeah.
playing the music of Richie Valens got me
Yeah.
into music.
Yep.
So on top of like listening to the oldie station and then hearing Richie Valens, I was like, wow, I really, really like this stuff. So like in school, everyone's listening to, what's hip, what's cool, and then I wasn't digging that. I preferred the oldies. And then one day, I think around probably about 7th grade, I was like, well, I'd like to get some friends, so I'm going to listen to what everyone else listens to.
Come on. That's the like absolute worst way to try to get friends, bro.
My brother in Christ, there's an app called Tinder.
Not back then.
Oh, gosh.
I gotta get some fucking friends.
Yeah.
What was that? What movie was that when he said that?
From,
Fucking
I
friends.
love you, man.
Yeah, I love you. Yeah.
Oh my god,
That's
my
what it
sister
was, dude.
loves
I
that
remember
movie.
quote.
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta get some.
Oh shit.
So I tried fitting in, and I went from listening to Oldies 104.3 to Q101, and the only band I liked was Green Day. I didn't like Pearl Jam, POD was boring. I mean, not saying they're terrible, I just didn't like it. The only things I liked were Green Day and Nirvana. And then I was like, okay, Green Day's cool. Let's look up Green Day. And then this is where I go back again, because I didn't know about any of the punk that I missed out on from 1977. I would look at Green Day. I'd look at the stickers on Billy Joe's guitar. One said the Queers. Like, oh, who are they? And I was
Just a bunch of queers.
and so I looked them up, and then I started reading because I spent a lot of time alone. I would read, and I would read articles about who influenced Green Day. Okay, Stiff Little Fingers, the Sex Pistols, Misfits, Ramones. Okay, who are these guys? Whoa, this is awesome, because you'd listen. The stuff at the time was like Good Charlotte, Blink-182, Newfound Glory, and they're all
Good Charlotte.
yeah,
I forgot about that.
and they're all
shit, bro.
singing
They were
about
awesome. They were fucking hitting.
They're good.
right, and they're singing about
Pleasant.
their relationships.
Get back me on that.
Like their relationships with their girlfriends, about them falling out or whatever. It's like, I don't have that problem. I don't have a girlfriend to be upset about.
You like Sum 41?
No.
Oh!
Fuck! You guys okay?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, no, it's just his bad taste. No,
No. Well, just like I was saying earlier with chemistry, like with Ian and everything, the lyric content's important to me. So
Yeah.
I would listen to like, all right, so I'm not saying Sum 41's bad, and
It's just not your cup of tea.
well, and technically they're better musicians than the Sex Pistols. I can acknowledge that, but I can't relate to the lyrics. So I'd go back and hear like, oh, who's Black Flag? And they're like, oh, depression's got a hold of me. Depression's going to kill me. I'm like, that I can relate to. That's my jam.
Uh-huh.
And Circle Jerks, Live Fast, Die Young. I don't want to be 34. I don't want to die in a nuclear war. So it's like, all right, I like the darker stuff. And then if you go before that a little, because that's early 80s, you go to the late 70s, they were playing rock and roll sloppy because they didn't like disco music.
Okay.
So to me, that was like rebellion against what was pop culture at the time.
So you had mentioned radio station. Now, I don't know if I'm speaking out of turn,
Mhm.
but you guys have something going on with Sirius right now, right? Or you?
Oh, that's on him.
Yeah,
That is
Who
so
is it?
on him.
I do.
Who is it here, right? So
I do.
Do you want to open up about that or no?
Sure,
early to talk about, or-
sure, but I don't want to be talking too much.
Just talk. I don't care.
So
Keep talking.
So technically, all right, if I'm going to be a whatever, I mean, yeah, I am under contract with SiriusXM, and thank you.
That deserves a drink.
Say less.
So they were having some fans just they were simply having some fans reach out,
Yeah.
and if anybody wants to host like a show or an hour to reach out, and I did, and I said what my ideas were, and I two concept ideas were songs that I heard originally, like 1950s songs I heard through the punk bands of the 1970s.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I thought like, I know everything. Like, I don't. But at the time, I was like, there's no more possible other oldies I could hear. I've heard not everything, but everything that was popular. But no, you go back and you hear like Lipstick on Your Collar and Come On Everybody, and it's like, I didn't hear all this stuff before. So I was like, okay, here's a segment. Songs from the 1950s. What's that?
Sounds racy.
It's like older
I'm
songs.
just putting it out there, guys.
That's Tommy's kind of jam.
No.
Oh, yeah. Some cocky shit.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was like, all right, songs that I heard before, songs that I heard through the punk bands. And then the second show was, I really, really liked the movie and the book, Christine. And I read the book. And there's some songs that were in the book that were not in the movie. I mean, it's hard to say music in a book, but it'll list, what was on the radio at the time. I was like, all right, how about a second show about the songs that didn't make it to the movie? And so it's like, all right, so we got that's one about punk rock and one about, the 50s car, the 1957 Plymouth Belvedere. So those were the two shows, and because they're exclusive to the 50s on 5 Channel.
Okay.
So I couldn't plug Instigators or plug Rocket Sauce just yet, but I wouldn't mind plugging either band if they say, hey, do you have anything of your own? Like, yeah, I got a unique band, and we got a rock band out of Chicago too, and the singer's in both of them. So, or he's singing for both of them. So that's the next move. And who knows? I mean, if I could pitch the podcast eventually too, if they like the DJ shows and if they want something beyond, fan interaction.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the plan, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So I'd like to take all of us somewhere.
Yeah, for sure. That's the point, is like people building people. I think that,
yes.
and as far, even when you're a band, it's everybody building each other together to all get to the same place. Everybody wants to go to the same place, right? Everyone wants their music to be recognized. Everybody wants them to be recognized for something that you're really putting your life and heart into. So
right.
I think as long as that's there, you'll be fine.
Absolutely.
Working on it.
All right.
So as far as
that's on tape.
okay, so as far as it goes with the new album, you were talking about the new album coming along. Is there a release date on that?
No.
No.
All right, there's the answer.
Yeah, that's just a hard no.
We're hoping to get it out as soon as possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand. Yeah, I understand. It takes a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of.
We're at the mastering stage right now.
Right.
But,
we have
the mix is done. It sounds fantastic. The whole thing was produced by Joe Queer from the Queers, and yeah, it's kicking ass so far. Like, really, all we need is that last final mastering stage.
Yeah.
And there's a Kickstarter up right now too. If you want to support us and get a T-shirt, get a guitar, private party, and whatever happens to be on closed doors with
Blowjob.
With Ian and Emily.
Yep. Ian takes his clothes off for free.
It's not pretty, but you get what you pay for.
Exactly.
And for 1 Bitcoin, you can have Ian overnight.
It's a great deal.
I do got money in Bitcoin. No.
Not the fucking Bitcoin.
We only take Dogecoin.
Oh, watch him go through the roof now.
And for 1 bitter coin,
When
you could
Elon mentioned Dogecoin on his Twitter, dude, they took off. There was a lot of people that got money out of Doge.
So
Oh, yeah.
what you're
I
saying
better
is
catch
that
on.
we need to get Elon Musk to message or to mention us on his Twitter.
Correct.
If we could get Elon Musk just on this fucking podcast, that'd be great. Fuck that, dude.
Let's go.
If we could just get him on, that'd be fucking a goal right there. Talk about them Teslas failing on everybody.
I'll drink to that.
Dude,
Yeah, he'll go on now. After you say that shit.
Dude, the last artist I had, YGG, when I was just talking, he wasn't trying to bash Elon or nothing, but the fucking Tesla failed on his ass pretty hard.
You hear that, Elon?
I felt
It fucking
bad for
failed.
him, dude. I felt bad. He had to take a cold walk to the fucking airport, then they searched him. Like, dude,
He's never gonna hear it. He works
down the worst.
80-hour work weeks and 15 or pays himself minimum wage.
He
or
is the
some
techno
shit.
king at his fucking thing.
Techno king.
He said that.
Suck my techno twat.
All right. So you were just saying you fill in on keyboards and stuff like that on some of these songs too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, Emily Carter.
Hello. Thank you. Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Golf clap.
Yeah.
So how did you kind of fall? I mean, obviously he's the lead singer. How did you?
Yeah, him and I are actually engaged. We live together, and
Yeah, they bang.
we're both.
Just can't wear white.
What you and me do is separate.
Got it. Teacher.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I was, coming to the Private Instigators practices with him and stuff, and, listening to them practice and stuff, and while he was filling in. And then Dominic said, he knew that I played piano and stuff, and he was like, some keys would actually sound pretty cool on this, especially because it was, piano is, one of the main kind of, original instruments of rock and roll. You hear it in, all the, older songs and stuff. And I was like, yeah, sure. I'll fill in on keyboard and I sing too and do some backing vocals, and here we are. Yeah.
So are you on this new album with the backing vocals and stuff?
Yeah,
like that?
yeah.
All right.
Any keys that you hear is me, and I do a little bit of backing vocals. But yeah, it was really fun. It was awesome.
It was a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
She's threw out the backup vocals for Knight Rider, which you've heard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's her. It's great.
See, we're seeing the whole process.
People love it. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone I shared it with, in the car, they love the backup vocals. They love everything.
It's
So,
definitely a single. Definitely a single.
I
I believe that 100%.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You
no
like
problem.
it to me.
No, it's just being honest. That's what it is. It is a single.
Thanks, Nico. It means a lot to me because you do like music more than most.
Yeah, I mean, I just, like I said, I like anything that sounds good, and you guys do sound good.
Thanks, man.
You guys do sound good. I can't wait to hear the rest of the. If it sounds anything like that single, you guys are on your way, dude.
You got a few surprises.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Really?
you should hear what this guy wrote.
It's not going to be all old timey.
No.
No.
All right, let's go.
We got some pop punk stuff in
Okay.
there.
We got a little
This
bit weird
guy.
and wild with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pull the curtain back a little. Give
I
us
kind
some.
of popped off. I mean, if you want me to send a demo, just let me know.
Yeah, I would love that. Yeah, send it to me. I'll give you my number. I'll give you my contact shit after this. I ain't trying to get in an orgy, but I am down. But, yeah. We can just stick to
Give me your
music.
email, your phone number.
Your social.
I'm not.
Credit card number and security
Social
code.
Security.
So previously, before you guys obviously all got together, were you in any other bands, or did you, what? How did this? Were you in other bands at all, or you you said you were in?
I was not.
Okay.
Right now, I'm in another band, just a punk rock cover band, pop punk and regular punk. So is he. We're in it. It's called the Feds. But again, other than that, I didn't touch a kit for 5 years or so. So I just played guitar, fucked around on that, and that's it.
Cover bands are fucking. Some cover bands are fucking awesome.
Yeah. Well, I love it.
I'm not gonna lie. I go to see one specific one all the time, every time they're around, because they ended up taking off, and they sell tickets just off of singing other music, and it's there is certain people out there. It has its place. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
It does have its place. I understand the whole theory behind you don't want to sing other people's songs, but it does have its place out there because there are people that are also musically inclined that they're doing it because it's something they love.
Exactly.
Well, I will say that there was a band I was in a long time ago when I actually halfway did like pop punk, or at least the extremely early era of it. And what happened was, this was like when I was a teenager, 50 years ago, and when I was like what I was saying earlier, when I was starting to like Green Day and what they were into, and this whole era was starting with like A Newfound Glory and the Movie Life and all these groups, and I realized I didn't like them. I was going back further. I was going back to Rancid. I was going back to Screeching Weasel, and even stuff that was only like 10 years old at the time. And I said to everybody, "Hey, I want to play like this," and they were like, "No," because they were with the times. They liked what was going on, and I didn't. And technically, I'm the one that changed, and they kicked me out of the group that I started. So that's kind of, I guess, where my kind of resentment towards pop punk actually comes from. Was like, that's what pushed me out of my own band.
Shit, for real?
Yes.
I don't remember hearing that.
I haven't told too many.
Let's throw some shade. No.
Yeah,
let's talk some shit.
In the immortal words of Keith, let's start some shit.
Yeah. What was the band name? No, I'm fucking with you. You don't gotta say it. You don't gotta say it.
The band name was Kerpunk.
How are they doing right now?
Because I
How are they doing right now? Is that what their career is?
No, because I really liked Green Day, and their second album was called Kerplunk, which they took from a board game. So I took the L out. I was like, "Oh, cool, we're in a punk band." I thought that at the time, but I didn't realize till later, like just a couple years later, that I wasn't, and that the real stuff, was before my time, or at least the authentic stuff. I'm not saying it doesn't happen now, but the pioneers of that era were, 20, 30 years older than me. So
go ahead.
No, so that was kind of it, and that's that's where, so like every time I'd hear something Tom enjoys, like, all right, now that reminds me of like when I was kicked out and girls didn't like me.
Jesus.
So
I might have missed that.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, so
I feel like I just got flashbanged.
So that's kind of like, I don't want to use the word hatred, but that's kind of like where
Resentment.
Yeah, resentment comes from.
That's what it is. Yeah.
So that's why I kind of really don't like the music, because that just reminded me of like when everyone's having a good time and kicking me out and all that stuff, and it's like, all right, now what am I gonna do? I'm gonna learn how to play Black Flag, and I'm gonna learn how to play Ramones songs properly, and I'm gonna do it all by myself because no one else cares, because I'm 20 years behind.
I was listening to you guys on Bandcamp on the way here, and does the Private Instigators do any covers?
We did.
You did, right?
Yeah,
because I thought I
Still
heard
rock and roll to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say I heard that on Bandcamp, and I'm like, this is a familiar song, and I was looking it up. I'm like, I know this song.
Yeah.
So, but it is, dude. You guys, that was good. Like, it was good.
Thanks.
But it's like I said, to me, cover bands are like singing other people. It does have its place, because we were talking about it too. Between we had a little break, and it matters on delivery. Mm-hmm. If you can have a great song with one band that may perform it or sing it a certain way, and it's not a hit, and then you can take that same lyrics, give it to a different band, they could perform it, and it just be fucking a home run. We just talked about that between, on the little break we had.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. What's your
I'm sorry.
opinions on that?
Yeah,
no, I mean,
just
it's serious. Yeah.
I just want to jump in and like add on to that, like a very valuable piece of information that I just heard recently from my other band was being criticized by somebody, and in that I heard something that really resonated. That so if you have a band and you have a particular sound that you're going for originals and stuff,
right.
If you choose to cover something, your original sound should cover, like, it should complement that cover.
Yeah.
So, like, you should do it in your own way. Don't do, like, a faithful cover of whatever it is. Do it your own unique, weird, whatever way and stuff. And that kind of resonated with me, and I hear that with the covers that we may or may not have done on this...
may or may not have done.
on this upcoming album.
What?
May or may not have done.
Oh, shit.
Allegedly.
I'm not asking for permission, Dominic. I'm asking for forgiveness.
Spit it out.
I always forgive, when damage is undone, but it's difficult to do that. But whoever fixes what they've done. So, I mean, what do you want to say? Say whatever you want to say.
That was it.
Oh, okay.
That was what he wanted to say.
Well,
That was it. Like, if you're gonna do a cover, do it your own way and stuff. And
right.
I think that's what we may or may not have done.
Post Malone's done plenty of covers, and he makes it sound
Right.
like his. Sorry about that. He makes it sound his own way.
Right. Here's the thing.
Sponsor the album on Kickstarter, and you'll fuck around and find out.
So I mean, here's what I have to say about covers. It can go two ways to me, because if someone is not like usually doing that type of music, I love hearing it. Like, but try to get it like the original. Like when Green Day covered the Kinks. So tired.
Oh yeah.
So
dude. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so tired of waiting for you. That was cool. That was unexpected. But then when you hear Marilyn Manson cover "Highway to Hell" in his
Oh my God.
so I can go both ways, because I like both things. But if Marilyn Manson was trying to sound like AC/DC and not Marilyn Manson, I would kind of be more impressed. But at the same time, I personally think, all right, let's hear how he would do it. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of mixed. I mean, I am mixed about what a cover should sound like, but sometimes bands will do, and other artists will do covers that sound close to the original to simply get attention. And because like the thing is, like,
I'm mad at you.
Yeah,
I'm mad at you. How dare you put that song in my head?
Dude, my phone is going off, dude. I just wanted to be transparent with you.
Well, it's not just with music. It's with
All right.
it's with movies too.
Switch spots.
It's with movies too. And the way it works is like, if it was a hit then, it'll be a hit again. And I forgot, there was something else that came out like 2 years ago, Four Seasons song, and then it was redone. Like, what was that called? I was playing it for you like 2 years ago, and you're like,
Isn't Billy Corgan?
huh?
Billy Corgan?
No, it was a Four Seasons song, and then it was covered like 10 years ago. Then it was again 3 years
Yeah, that
ago.
was Billy Corgan. I'm afraid of change.
I'm gonna look it up.
Just like that?
I'm gonna get
just like that.
I'm gonna get my ass beat, dude.
I'm gonna look it up.
This fight is not ending
Please
well.
come back to me.
You hear that, Billy?
Do you hear that, Billy? So as far as it goes, like being a full band and booking gigs and how does that all go? Are you guys coming to any venues anytime soon? Give us an insight on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, real fast, back to what I was saying. So the song is Begging. I'm begging. Whatever came out 3 years ago.
Okay.
That was a cover from 1967. Four Seasons. Like, what was a big TikTok song, 2-3 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a Four Seasons song.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, dude, a lot of these TikToks.
Come on, what's that?
In most cases, in all new music, you do see a lot of old beats or old rhythms, or just the tuning of certain songs, where they got to get something from somewhere, and that's where you kind of see like other musicians getting inspiration from other music. I don't necessarily look at it like you're like what he said. If you're trying to stay it to the full faith of the original, then you're kind of biting. Mm-hmm. But if you're just bringing it in your own way, or you take the instrumental and you get the rights and you guys end up, singing it a completely different song lyrically with the chorus, there's nothing. I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that.
Right. So
Make it your own.
yes.
Make it your own. Everyone, and I can't speak any more highly on that. Like, you guys are 100% original.
Thanks.
Like,
Yes.
the sound is so much different than any other. Like, I would say it's more of like rock and roll, right? I mean, but you like what you said with the new album. Like, you got a lot of surprises.
Yeah.
more pop punk and stuff like that. So do you guys ever find yourself as musicians, like you do want to go on this avenue, but at the same time with, pop and everything like that, there is a certain sound that does get you to the ears a little bit faster? Because I feel like there is certain artists that will like bust through the door doing a certain style or a certain tone. And then when they get that success and they got their, their fandom and they got their following, then they kind of start coming into their own originality and putting what they really want to put out to the world. Yeah. And it takes off. I mean, it's a good strategy. It's a good tool. So
I would like to say something on that real fast.
Sure.
I think that's why it's good to have other people in the group that are influenced differently than the other people in the group.
Mm-hmm.
Because if everyone likes Blink-182, or if everyone likes Johnny...
If everybody's a Tommy.
Yeah. If everyone...
There's nothing wrong with Blink-182. Why is everyone picking up Blink-182? I don't get it.
I can't help myself.
What, is an inside
I'm trying to bust his balls.
It's only because I
I
always have something Blink-182 on, and I have a hat and the fucking shirt on right now.
Fuck it.
And it's just Ian. He's a
I'm an asshole.
So anybody can give me shit about him. I don't care. Fuck you all.
I'll make it quick. So if everyone has different influences, you're going to have a unique sound. If everyone likes the same artist, all four, you're going to sound like that artist. So because I'm old school, old soul, whatever, grumpy old man as a millennial.
Accurate as shit.
Yeah, accurate. It is true. But if you like somebody that likes My Chemical Romance and the Chili Peppers, and you throw it into this mix, you get a whole other type of recipe. And that's, I think, what we have. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want someone fronting the band that liked what I did, because then you're going to sound like what's been done already.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this is, to me, proper. This is how you do it to have a special band. Because, I like NoFX a lot, but their influences are all over the place, but they stand out. People in punk world know who NoFX is. And, Chili Peppers or whatever, if, Anthony likes the punk and Flea was paying he was playing for anyone that would pay him, including, punk bands and Young MC, all those groups. And it's that's what makes them stand out. That's why they're successful. So that's why I believe that we have potential to be up there with them because of our diversity of our influences.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah, I'll drink to that.
And I mean, literally, as a band,
this one's empty.
we can all talk to each other one-on-one or together and be like, hey, this is what's working right now. This is what's not working. I'm like, we're not always going to be going doo-wop style or old style. I'm like, let's just mix it up. I'm not going to lie, pop punk's coming back into this world.
Dude, it really is.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like,
It's huge.
dude, we got to get some more of that in there. I'm not saying abandon our old stuff. I'm saying mix it
Still
in.
stay true to yourself.
And keep going. I just want to get. When I talk to all my friends and people who've heard us, are like, yeah, we love it. But can you put in some more of this in there? I'm like, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know. I know, get with the times a little bit, but also keep to our truer selves and be like, yeah, this is how we started, but keep it pressing forward like that. So
Polish it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So is you know who does a really good job at kind of bringing their own sound, but they sound a lot like an older rock and roll band? Them kids from Greta Van Fleet.
Yes.
Dude, those kids
don't give them shit.
Dude, you don't like them?
No?
You don't like them at all?
You don't like Led Zeppelin.
I like Led Zeppelin.
I love Led Zeppelin.
I
So
like
when
Led
I first
Zeppelin.
heard,
They're all right.
when I first heard
I don't like copycats.
Greta Van Fleet.
Okay, I get
But see, to me, now, they go a little too hard on sounding like Led Zeppelin, but they're fucking doing it.
Yeah.
They're fucking
They are.
good. They're good at what they do.
I can't argue that.
And they do stay true to themselves on that note.
They do.
They sound like older rock and roll, but they're just fucking, they're just new age hardcore themselves. They're unapologetically themselves.
And I'm not gonna, he has a fucking amazing voice.
That kid,
right?
Dude, there's
all
not
right.
many. Come on.
He's
Come on.
Stop being a little fucking
Dude,
bitch.
Dude is a fucking beast, bro.
He doesn't want to.
I'm dicking around.
He just
I'm completely screwing around.
So back to your question, we are booking shows. and we'll be playing throughout the Midwest and maybe even more. I mean,
You coming to Indiana?
I would like to.
Huh?
Yeah, that'd be good. And fall could be really huge. I've been working on something with a booking agency for quite a while, and they love our new material.
Good.
And this could actually get us to stop doing day jobs and doing this full time, which is what we all want to do. I want to do it. I don't want to write
You
anymore.
wouldn't be doing it if that's not the end goal. And if that's not the end goal, then you shouldn't be in.
I mean, I'm not gonna say the band, but we have a shot to open for a band that I've loved for years. So.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. No, that's huge.
Is it
I'm not
Blink-182?
sleeping on that.
You're not sleeping on that. Okay.
No, it's even better. It's Blink 183.
183.
Hit me again.
Okay. But yeah, no. If that happens, that's gonna be.
Let's fucking go, dude.
That's
I
huge.
hope it works out for you guys. I sincerely do. I want it to where I love seeing people just fucking rise out the fire, and it seems like you guys all have that drive.
Mhm.
It does. It seems like you guys all have that drive. You have so much insights with the wanting, like what you said. You want to, okay, we could do the doo-wop style rock and roll, but we got to mix in this. And if you guys have that open mind and if your heart's right, you guys are there.
Yeah.
And that's where some of the newer music comes from. The style was because of these guys, because they're more with the times than I am, obviously. Because I've done my own thing. I mean, we all do our own thing.
Yeah, I stopped reading the Sunday paper. I'm fucking with you.
Well, the way he sings Knight Rider, you could tell. It's
They stop reading the paper.
That's a screamer.
it's starting to.
You can tell they stop reading the
He's,
paper.
no, you can tell it's starting to. You're making that
Drink.
that rotation, that change,
Right. Where
that transition's there, and it's coming. And
doing and
but
she did a great job on the backup vocals. I think Emily is the backbone of that song. Those backup vocals
All
are so
right.
they're so awesome to hear throughout the verses and the choruses. I mean, people love it. I listened to that song probably about for an hour straight one day. I was so happy with everybody.
Same.
Thank you.
And yeah, I mean, it's great, and I've never listened to anything that I've done really in the past with any other bands. I just record it, put it out, and let's see what happens. But no, I legit want to listen to this. I'm happy that we're all on it. I'm I guess you could say I take a bit more pride in this than anything we've ever done before.
this project,
Yes.
particular. Gosh, dude, that's good to hear you say too. I mean, it's just you gotta love the whole confidence of it. The whole we're doing it. It's going somewhere. And then, like what you said, dude, if you got the chance to land that opening gig for this band that you won't name, but
Yeah.
it's
You'll see my Facebook blow up.
dude,
Right.
hell yeah, dude.
There won't be signs.
I fucking hope you guys get. I hope this helps too. I mean,
Well, I will say this: it's a band that I know they're fond of, and I just in the back of my mind, I
You're
know it's
not.
well,
no, I'm fucking with you.
Oh,
I say
he's
this.
not a huge fan of it.
No.
Oh, come on.
Well, I was like, this is the audience we need to be in front of if we're going to play this stuff.
Okay.
So that's where I saw the importance, because
Strategy and tools.
all right, if I'm going to play with the artist I want to play with, I'm going to be in the cemetery. So that's just how the reality of it.
Yeah. You want to play with Buddy Holly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yep.
Oh man.
This is a great podcast. This is you guys all thought you were bombing it. This turned out to be a fucking banger.
Thanks for having
So,
me.
man, I'm just here to have fun.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's
That's what
Thank
this
you
is
for
all
having
about.
us.
I appreciate you guys all coming on, man. I really
Sure
do.
did.
I am so sorry. Party foul.
Yes!
I am so sorry. I am so sorry. And I bombed it. See that? I fucking bombed it. I'm so sorry, guys. My face is red. I'm turning terrible.
All right, let me do what I do best.
That better be.
Are we going to say goodbye?
See.
We have some Fantastic or something so this isn't sticky. Dude, I feel terrible. I'm so sorry.
It's Tommy's table. Don't
When
feel
this
that bad.
fucking airs, I'm making that into a video for me.
You can clip it. Do whatever
I
you
will do
want, dude.
Back and forth, knocking everything
Dude,
over.
yeah, it was about to turn into that. You want to see that this kid really acts like.
3 minutes later.
All right.
3 minutes?
Oh,
About 3 minutes.
Yeah, we got 3 more.
Oh, okay.
That's all it takes, I
Do you
guess.
like Huey Lewis and the News? Their early work was a little bit too new wave for my taste, but when sports came out in the 80s...
I'm going to watch that movie. You suck.
Oh, come on. You haven't yet.
I don't know.
Oh.
Oh, come
He
on.
only watches movies from
I
the
think
40s.
they really came to their own, commercially and artistically.
Oh, yeah.
All right, that's it. I'm off this.
Well, because you see a little bit of me in that character, apparently, and there's a lot of you in that character from what I've seen.
Yeah, I stabbed a good dude to do
What
the
was
death.
that?
Said you stabbed a dude.
It's all that fucking vape you've been breathing in
Oh,
my face for
yeah.
the last fucking hour.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Man, I'm gonna cry about it.
You're gonna cry.
Like I'm chopping onions, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So one more time before we all get off and I knock over any more drinks. What's your guys' socials? You know, shout out to the Kickstarter.
34984. Oh, you mean the band?
Yeah.
So,
What's your guys' socials? The band, as far as that goes, upcoming gigs, anything you want to shout out right now? Here's the time.
find us on Facebook, Instagram is P Instigators. We should have an X up soon, and please support us on our Kickstarter. We would really like to get that album out there, and we'll be booking shows throughout the year, and you'll be seeing us in your town.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Ian Andrew, hit me up if you want me or Emily or both of us to write your band a song.
Yeah.
Our loony asses.
Nothing wrong with
That's
that.
it from us.
Thank you guys so much for coming on.
Dude, thanks for
Thank
having
you,
us.
Nico.
I appreciate
Thank you.
it. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
Oh, it's been awesome.
I'll
It
step
has
in.
been.
Thank you.
Please come to me.
Hang on.
I'm not even doing that.
Show some respect.
No liquids by the microphone.
No more.
Wait, hang on. That whole thing was a microphone the whole time?
Yes.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Please keep that in there.
Please keep that in there.
Wait.
Now that's
no,
entertaining.
No, wait. Seriously? So you can hear me more in the left ear if I do this?
Yeah, I'm clipping.
Dude, that's sick.
Anal. What?
Thank you for watching and listening to the Unqualified Professionals. Follow us on SoundCloud, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
That's entertainment.